shake this system. Come on, Trump, yeah. I said we can keep our shotguns. Come on, Trump, yeah. Don't start cooking. We can eat out tonight now.
We can eat out tonight now.
I said don't stop now. Come on, Trump, yeah. Come on, Trump.
You gotta kind of wait for it here, though.
Trump, cause he makes us feel so good, so right, makes us feel alright, that's so fine, he's alright,
towards the end reminds you
makes us feel alright,
exactly who he is.
All of the Donald Trump haters, all of the Hillary Clinton supporters, to all of the people that said that my Trump was gonna lose.
Puts the cough in there and everything. So we'll put that on the electric stove for you as well if it's not up there already. I just tweeted it out, so enjoy it on your
Hello, Jamie.
smartphones.
How are you?
I know to you I may look old. Hope this statement ain't too bold, but here comes the judgment. Here comes the
People are calling. They want to get it on iTunes. How are you, Judge Knapp? What's going on, my friend?
Fine, my man. How are you?
Great. We're actually, despite what is the craziness of the world, we're having a little fun this morning because it's.
My God, I was laughing like hell listening to those tapes of people laughing. I was wondering if any of those laughs was mine.
That's a guy named Henry Davis who is a friend of the show and a great guy and has really been a Donald Trump supporter from the very beginning and is kind of world famous on YouTube now for being a proud Trump supporter. So he's a good guy, but he just came out with his song, so it's pretty funny.
Oh, God. You know, there's a Judge Knapp laugh app.
Oh, there is?
That Fox actually made. They took of me laughing on air, and they sold a few thousand of these things. And once I was walking into a restaurant in Manhattan, a very, very large restaurant. As soon as I opened the front door, I could hear myself laughing because somebody in the back of the restaurant recognized me, held up their cell phone, and broadcast the laugh. Oh, well.
I love it.
Serious.
No, I mean, I'm serious. That's why I didn't want to interrupt when you just laughed there, because I'll grab that myself. I could put a new app in anytime and just, just for you.
You got a sharp and fast-fingered producer there. Or was that you?
It's me. I have my little soundboard here, and nothing gets past me, buddy.
All right,
hey,
God bless you.
One of the reasons why, I mean, honestly, because often every day, if we just paid attention to the horrible news media and we just paid attention to the horrible tweets from people, it would drive us nuts. But instead, actually, there's some upside to all this because, I'm watching all these people, for instance, protesting Not My President's Day. It's kind of like, wait a minute, though, this day has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It seems so ridiculous.
I live in a neighborhood in Manhattan which is prone to these protests just by virtue of the geography. And last night I was walking my dog Gina in right through the protesters, and some of them just seemed to me to be going along with the crowd, and some of them just seemed to be, I want to say what I think, and some of them just seem to be really, really hard lefties that loathe him and don't even want to give him a chance. So it was a kind of a mishmash of everything. Now, I'm a First Amendment absolutist.
Sure.
No law means no law. You can say in the streets whatever you want. So I appreciate the ability of people to do this, but I don't know that they're really being fair in this particular case. Most of these people are still, you're not going to believe this, still denying that he is the lawful, constitutional President of the United States. And if that's where their brains are, they really, really have lost the argument and lost the ability to frame the argument. I mean, if the purpose of protest is to enter the fray and influence the outcome of a public debate, and you begin the protest by saying, Hillary's the real president, Donald Trump is not, you've lost your audience, and you're not going to accomplish anything.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway from the little that I was able to perceive walking Gina, my dog, through all this last night.
I was about to say, your dog's name is Gina. Gina.
Her real name is Evangeline, but shortened as Gina. She's a rescue dog from Hurricane Katrina. A vet from northwest New Jersey rented a tractor-trailer and drove 1,000 miles to New Orleans and picked up 187 dogs and cats and brought them back and cleaned them up, x-rayed them, vaccinated them, put them all up for adoption, and we found Gina.
Aw. Evangelina, the waitress at the pizzeria.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
But she's French. She's not Italian. But she's from New Orleans.
I know, and I hate Louis Prima's going to call me and tweet me from the grave and say, no, it's Angelina, not
Angelina, right.
Right. So now let me ask you this, a couple things. First of all, our own congressman here, Lacy Clay, is suing after that picture, the anti-cop
Oh, you're going to be
painting.
mad at me. I'm 100% in his camp.
Well, see,
The
no,
architect does not have the right to suppress free speech. If you don't want offensive things on the walls, then don't hold these art contests.
Well, see, now, I'm with you on this because I actually supported it staying up there because what happened is it created a conversation that, I said the worst thing we could do is order it taken down because at that point, then we can't have the discussion that there are people out there who hate the police. And so we want to make sure that that's a symbol of this right down to our youth.
This is a very, very practical and beneficial argument that you're making. Which is better, that hatred is exposed and challenged, or that it seethes in secret below the surface until it's ready to explode? The former is far better than the latter, and that's one of the reasons we protect hate speech. And that's one of the reasons that Paul Ryan, who's been a friend of mine for years, was dead wrong to take that off the wall because he and some of his Republican congressmen didn't like its message. If you don't like its message, turn your head and look the other way.
Or counter it with a more positive message about the police. I mean, isn't that what the real goal is anyway?
Here's what this leads to. This leads to the other side getting in power and suppressing ideas that to you and me are mainstream. Do you know that during World War I, Woodrow Wilson had federal agents arresting people for reciting the Declaration of Independence because he argued that it might prompt people to refuse to sign up for the draft, and that would harm the American effort in World War I. And people were actually in New Jersey arrested, prosecuted, and incarcerated for reading the Declaration of Independence. This suppression of public speech is an extremely dangerous thing. And I'm sorry that it's happening right under our noses at the seat of the Capitol by people, every one of whom has taken an oath to the First Amendment, and very few of whom understand it. Congressman Clay, whom I've never met, fully understands the First Amendment. Paul Ryan does not.
Well, it looks like I almost have zero doubt he's going to win this case.
Oh,
I think, for
absolutely.
Sure. Judge Napolitano, thank you as always, my friend. And
all right, from laughter to the First Amendment and everything in between. The pleasure, Jamie. All the best.
Sounds great. Send me a picture of Gina.
You got it.
At Judge Knapp.